Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Ozempic and fertility. This is a really important conversation because I think the rise of the use of products like Ozempic we cannot ignore that fact. And many people are being put on Ozempic in preparation for pregnancy, but that can also create some issues. But I first just want to say that I am not coming from a place of judgment if you take Ozempic, if you're thinking about Ozempic. I simply want to give you the facts so that you go into your relationship with this drug with all of the information that you need. And again, I'm Bianca. I'm a fertility coach, professionally trained chef, and a nutritionist, and I help people get and stay pregnant through holistic lifestyle and diet habits. So listen up. So first and foremost, I want to say that Ozempic is a marvel of medicine. It really is. Never have we seen a drug that is so effective at so many things. But any drug, any pharmaceutical comes with its downsides. So Ozempic and other drugs like it are semaglutides. There's also tirzepatide. And what these do is they're GLP-1 agonists, so they work in the brain to help suppress your cravings. They also help to delay gastric emptying, meaning when you eat food, you stay fuller longer, you're not as hungry, and it just helps you eat less. Honestly, if you take Ozempic for weight loss, it is working because it is a calorie deficit. It also helps to balance your blood sugar. Now, the thing about something like Ozempic and most semaglutides is they are designed for people with type 2 diabetes to help them balance their blood sugar. But you, like me, have seen many people go on this drug for weight loss. I mean, I think that's what you see mostly is people on this drug for weight loss. And there are many people with diabetes that can't even access this drug because so many people are on it for weight loss. And let's be clear, if you go to the website of Novo Nordisk and the people who make Ozempic, they will literally say on their website, this is not a tool for weight loss. But I mean, it's widely used for that source. Now, the thing about Ozempic is there are people that will go on Ozempic and then they get pregnant. And so a lot of people have been correlating Ozempic use with getting pregnant, staying pregnant, etc. But it's important to know that if you use Ozempic to lose weight, to prepare for pregnancy, you need to go off it 2-3 months before you even try and start to conceive. Because again, this is a medication. You are not supposed to be on it when you're pregnant. And also, it can do a lot of damage to your stomach. It can do some damage to your liver, thyroid issues, thyroid cancer, thyroiditis. There are many downsides to taking this drug. One of the main root causes for infertility, unexplained infertility, is gut issues. And when you take something like Ozempic, one of the side effects is gastroparesis. It's essentially your body not being able to digest. Your digestive system just slows to a halt. And for some people, it's insane stomach pain. For other people, it's nausea. For other people, it's puking uncontrollably. Some people have to be hospitalized for gastroparesis. So again, this isn't something you go into because you're like, I want to be snatched for the summer. That's not what Ozempic is for. Also, there are people who report thyroid issues by using something like Ozempic or semaglutide. Now, your thyroid is so important for you getting and staying pregnant. It helps to manage your body temperature, therefore your basal body temperature. And when that is off, that can cause conception issues. And it can also, further down the line, cause thyroid cancer. Now, if you have a suboptimal thyroid, you have thyroid cancer in your family, this is something that you want to think about. Now, again, I hear people come to me and they say, well, I know somebody and they were struggling to get pregnant. They went on Ozempic and they got pregnant. The reason for this is because ovulation is dramatically improved when you balance your blood sugar. And that is one of the things that Ozempic does. It helps to balance your blood sugar. That is why people who have type 2 diabetes go on something like Ozempic. Now, this being said, there are so many other ways to balance your blood sugar that are from a natural perspective, a natural approach that do not involve including a pharmaceutical like Ozempic. Because again, if you are trying to get pregnant and it is causing you gut issues, causing gut malabsorption, it is causing you thyroid issues, it is a medication, so it absolutely has to go through your liver and could bog it down and again, prevent the balance and production of hormones. This is bad for you. This is bad for your fertility. And again, it can be good for your fertility, but it can also be bad for your fertility. And my question is, do you want to take that risk? For some background, I myself had insulin resistance. I was told it would just progress to prediabetes and then I would have type 2 diabetes and come back when I have type 2 diabetes and we'll sort it out then. I was able to reverse my insulin resistance and help hundreds of people do the same through natural means. And here's the thing, you can do what Ozempic does in your body by just understanding how to eat, what to eat, and going forward from there and understanding the root causes involved in your blood sugar. Because the reason that Ozempic is working for people in the fertility space and side of things is because of the balanced blood sugar. But there are ways to do it without having to introduce a GLP-1 agonist like Ozempic or tirzepatide if you want. There's Wegovy, there's Mounjaro, there's Ozempic. I mean, we all kind of refer to these drugs as Ozempic, but there's many on the market. So here's the thing about blood sugar. If you understand how to balance your blood sugar by virtue of how you eat, it will eliminate cravings in between meals. It will help you eat less. It will help your body digest better. It will help release the stress and the inflammation on your body, which points to good fertility. And by extension of doing all of that, your fertility will improve, your ovulation function will improve, and you will get pregnant if that's what you want to do. So here's the thing. If you are trying to balance your blood sugar, you need to understand that it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat it. There is something called food sequencing. It is eating your food in the right order. So when you eat vegetables first, non-starchy vegetables, so it doesn't really work with things like corn and such, but like leafy greens, red peppers, cucumbers, etc. If you eat those foods first, the fiber in those foods will coat the lining of your digestive tract and it will lead to delayed gastric emptying. Pay attention, because I also said that's what Ozempic does. But you can do it by just understanding how to eat your food. So you want to eat your vegetables first. They can be air fried, they can be steamed, sauteed, pickled, dealer's choice. But if you eat your vegetables first at every single meal, you will create that same response without having to take something like Ozempic. You will improve your fertility because instead of relying on a drug for it, you are getting something that has fiber, vitamins, minerals, potentially some healthy fats. So you are getting the full breadth of nutrients in that food and not just the delayed gastric emptying that you get from a drug like Ozempic. Now, when you want to further increase the blood sugar balance, then you're going to have your protein and your fat. The reason you're going to have your protein and your fat second is that is what's going to satisfy you. That is what's going to hold you and make you feel fuller for longer. Also getting some healthy fats, excellent for your fertility. Also getting some protein, just excellent for your body. And then after you've introduced those foods, then you have your carbohydrate. This is going to do two things. One, you will eat less carbohydrates by virtue of the fact that you've already filled up on all of these other very important things, not just for blood sugar, but for your fertility. But also, then the carbohydrate that you eat is therefore able to be used solely as energy. Your body will use it more effectively than if you eat it first. I'm always perplexed by why we go to a restaurant and they put the bread basket down first. Whenever I go to a restaurant, the first thing that I do is I order my drink, but I get a salad or something at the same time. The salad usually comes first, especially if you get like a fancy cocktail. And then you eat that salad, and then whatever happens after that is your body reads it as, okay, I'm doing this from a blood sugar stable perspective. When you eat this way and you balance your blood sugar, it also then you don't get the hunger hormones going up. Your glucose response is going to be balanced. Your insulin is going to be balanced. And that is going to stymie any type of craving that you would get. I've had clients with PCOS, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and they say, I cannot get a hold of my sugar cravings. As soon as we modify the way that they eat the food that they eat, cravings gone, weight loss resistance and PCOS gone, pregnancy achieved. And so again, if you understand what Ozempic is doing for you, and then understand that there's ways to live and behave and eat that will do the same thing, the knowledge is there for you, and knowledge is power. There's also been a lot of talk about weight and fertility. And here's the thing, a lot of people are being put on something like Ozempic because they are deemed to need to lose weight in order to get pregnant. It's the default for everything. I've had clients that have gone to the doctor for an eye pain and they say lose weight. It's like, fix my eye and shut up. I digress. When you are thinking about weight and fertility, it is not the connection that you think it is. The fact is people in bigger bodies can get and stay pregnant very easily. That being said, if their blood sugar is poorly balanced, and that is the reason that they carry extra weight because of the cortisol, because of the calories, because of all of the things, then that will absolutely impair your fertility and your fertile response. That being said, one of the greatest benefits to fertility is not weight loss, it's actually exercise, movement, moving your body, weightlifting, doing some cardio, because that is going to help circulation in your body. Circulation is so important for fertility. But what the science is suggesting is that weight loss is not as correlated to infertility as we thought. It's actually exercise. But when people start exercising, they lose weight, and then that's the connection that's being made. And so I want you to think, if I'm in a bigger body, like I need to lose weight to get pregnant. No, you need to balance your blood sugar, and you need to understand that movement, the right kind of movement, is going to be super important to this process. Because look, if you want to take Ozempic, I'm here for you to do that. Do it. You like it. I love it for you. But I want to make sure that you remember that it is a calorie deficit above all else. You are eating less. You are less hungry. You aren't craving things. But what I see so often in lots of forums like TikTok and Reddit is people will be like still eating the bad foods that they ate before. They're just eating less of them. So they're losing weight by virtue of just eating less. But you are not taking any of the themes of good digestion, good diet, good liver health, good blood sugar balance, and applying them and stacking them on top of taking something like Ozempic. Because when you remove the Ozempic, all of the bad habits are still there, which means what? All of the issues come flooding back. So if you decide to take Ozempic in order to lose weight, achieve pregnancy, feel better, etc., 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 you need to make sure it is stacked on top of still understanding what to eat to balance blood sugar and how to eat it. Understanding the supplements and the habits that lead to good gut health. Understanding liver, especially liver, because you are taking a pharmaceutical all the time and that will bog down your liver. So you have to understand, where can I make shifts and changes to release any other pressure on my liver so that it can tolerate the Ozempic and not have any negative effects in my body. This is such an important conversation that is going to continue to be had because, again, Ozempic is a marvel of medicine. We have never seen anything like it. I mean, the days of fen and all of these different things that were used for weight loss that just made your heart beat really fast and kind of gave you a heart attack maybe, those days are gone. Now we have drugs that actually really work in helping people get on top of something that might have been the monkey on their back for years, obesity. That being said, if we are not talking about the downsides, if we are not talking about other ways to achieve what Ozempic does, we are not serving people fully. And that's what I'm here to do, because I know that for some people, access to Ozempic is just simply out of reach, whether it's cost or availability. I know for some other people, it's just not something that you want to do. And I know for other people, it's you tried it and it makes you puke nonstop. It makes your stomach react very terribly and you just feel terrible on it. And so I understand that there's some people that do not find themselves in the ideal market for something like Ozempic, but you want to either shift weight, improve ovulation, and get pregnant. And I feel like if you understand the premise and the foundation of good blood sugar balance, food sequencing being one of them, you will be steps ahead naturally. And again, I have my blood sugar blueprint program, which essentially does and teaches you everything to do to balance your blood sugar naturally. Hundreds of people have purchased this and they have reversed their insulin resistance, reversed prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and also manage their PCOS symptoms to the point that it's silent. They don't have weight loss resistance. They are ovulating normally. Their cycles are regular. Their regular flow. All of that through doing this program. If you want more information about it, just comment and I'll send you the details. But I just want you to understand that if you can't access Ozempic or you don't want to or you're scared or whatever, you are not just like powerless and like, okay, well, I guess I don't get to experience those benefits. There are ways to do what Ozempic does in your body naturally through your habits and your lifestyle. Alrighty. If you like this video, please like, please share, please subscribe. I know that either you or people in your life might really, really value this information. And so please share it with them and let's share the love. And I just want you to remember that you are in the control seat of your fertility. So often we feel like it's just something that we have to take. I'm too old, I'm overweight, I have type 2 diabetes, I have all of these things. And we kind of just feel like, well, this is happening to us. Instead, we can be in the driver's seat of our health, of our fertility, of our life. We just have to know how. And so I hope that this video has shown you another way of doing things. Again, it isn't to poo-poo people who are on Ozempic or want to be on Ozempic. It is simply to give you another way forward. And I'll see you next time.